With the Halloween spirit still lingering around town, it is important to emphasize the haunted history of Milledgeville. Once the former capital of Georgia, the town encompasses a rich and disturbing history. We interviewed many residents and students on where they believe to be the scariest locations in town.
Scariest place in Milledgeville right now for me would be Golden Pantry at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning with the robberies and like the sketchy people that hang out there.
Scariest place in Milledgeville would, I guess, maybe be the governor's mansion. I'm sure a lot of people have died there because it's been here for so long.
To investigate further, we took a look inside.
Stayed here. His name was Jim. Now, Jim slept with the keys to the mansion underneath his pillow on a bed, similar to that one every night, till one morning he came and found that Jim had actually passed away. Now, when they went to go get the keys to the mansion, they actually found Jim grasping the keys in his hand, signifying how seriously his steward actually took his position here.
After convening with students about the scariest places in town, we wanted an expert opinion on the matter, so we decided to visit the Special Collections archivist Joshua Kitchens. We asked him his thoughts on the Wooten Garner House.
It gives the allure, or I should say, or that there is sort of an abandoned building that might be spooky and haunted because a lot of the stuff is old. Many of the books that I think that might have been left over there are from the very, very late 1800s. You know, everyone assumes that anything that's kind of from that Victorian, early 20th century period is spooky and odd for some reason or another.
Although he didn't believe the Wooten Garner House was truly haunted, we asked him if he knew anything about the Samuel Walker estate.
Samuel Walker was a former mayor of Milledgeville in the mid-19th century, and he was always affectionately referred to as the meanest man in town. Two of the bigger stories associated with Sam Walker are a story that he led to the death of his son. The story of his son is pretty simple. His son had come back home from school, was staying home, comes down with some sort of fever, sickness, we're not really sure what that sickness was, complained of being sick to his father, but his father insisted that while he was home he would go out and work, just like everyone else did in the Walker family. And so he sent him out for essentially 2 days straight, or maybe more, maybe less, and due to this and his overworkingness, due to his illness, eventually led to his death.
Finally, we found a confirmed haunted place, but we didn't want to stop there. We did some digging on our own into the places that we believe to be the scariest in town. My partner Walker believes Central State has the most activity from beyond the grave. In the 1960s, the hospital population grew to nearly 12,000 patients, making it the largest asylum in the country. There are more than 25,000 patients buried in unmarked graves in the hospital grounds. In 2010, it was officially closed to the public. Although Central State is very creepy, I believe the most spine-tingling dwelling in town is Memory Hill Cemetery. The story goes Dixie Haygood, a spiritualist from the 19th century, reportedly placed a curse upon her own gravesite. She proclaimed that anyone who stood between the grave and the sun would be cursed forever. So Milledgeville, where do you think is the scariest place in town?
The mall is very scary to me because it's crawling with normies.